So important soul breaks by realm. Again, I'm skipping Final Fantasy 2 just because that was extremely recent and it actually came out after I wrote up this PowerPoint. So Final Fantasy 4, you've got two Hasticas. You have Haste March, Edward's Haste March, and you have Porom Sync, or Synchro, I forget which it's called. You only have one Busca, which is Dark Sephiroth's Soul Leader, which is from his second sword, I believe. It's the only Busca available at 30%, I believe. You have a bunch of Hasticas, which is one of the reasons why I call it a better mage realm. You have Haste March, which is 30%. You've got Soul Melody, which is... I forget whose that is. That is Edward's Super Soul Break, which you won't actually get until whatever the next Final Fantasy 4 event is in Japan. But keep it in mind. You have Lunar Auspice, which is Fusoya's Soul Break. That is a Hastica. Keep that in mind. If you have Lunar Auspice, you probably want to run a mage team in Final Fantasy 4 because you have a Hastica for it. And then there are three AoE heals. There's Rosa's 2, and then there's Sync, or Synchro, from Porom. For Final Fantasy 5, you've got two Hasticas, although one of them has an asterisk, Flames of War. The reason I have an asterisk on some of these soul breaks is because they're kind of ones you don't necessarily want to use. You'll use them if you have them, but they're awkward. In this case, Flames of War is Lena's Busca plus Hastica soul break, but the problem is you're using Lena's soul break to haste and boost your team instead of heal. That's not necessarily something you want. Maybe you can make it work, but it is a lot more awkward than otherwise. There's also Kryle's second Super Soul Break, which is Sheep Song, which is 30% magic, Hastica, Regenda. For Buscas, you've got, again, Flames of War, and you've got Fist of the Dawn, which is the Busca that Galoof has. It's a good reason to bring Galoof. If you have Fist of the Dawn, go full physical team, because you've got a great setup for it. Hastica, the only one is Sheep Song. AoE heals, the only two are Lena's. You've got Lena's Princess's Favor and her Pride Effect, which is her Super Soul Break. Final Fantasy 6, the only Hastica is Magic Infusion, Kefka's Hastica and Hastica. Fist of the Dawn is the one on his Thor hammer from, it was on Banner 4 or 5 in the Soul Break Festival. So Hastica, Kefka's Magic Infusion is the only Hastica for Final Fantasy 6. The only Buscas are Celeste's Burst or Saban's Razor Gale. Maria Song is also one of the two Hasticas available. It is a Busca Hastica. It's the only one in the game. And it does stack with all other Buscas and Hasticas. So bring it if you have it, regardless of what other relics you have. And the only AoE heal, like I was saying earlier, the only AoE heal for Final Fantasy 6 is for triple action heals. So if you don't have that, you're going to need to invest in some shared Soul Break AoE heals, which we'll go over later. Final Fantasy 7 does have two Hasticas. You've got Lunatic High and you have Zack's Apocalypse. It also has two Buscas. You have Burning Arrow, which is Tifa's Platinum Fist, and you have Planet Protector, which is Eric's Soul Break. Again, that's kind of difficult to use. I didn't put an asterisk on it on this one because Final Fantasy 7 does have multiple AoE healers. So if you need to, you can bring Aerith as a summoner, and also bring Ketchi to help heal. The only Hastica is Vincent's Cerberus Shell, but you have 4 AoE heals for the realm. You have Healing Wind, you have Pulse of Life, you have White Materia. Those are all Aerith Soul Breaks. And then you also have Clear Tranquil if you have Euphies. And that will help a lot. Clear Tranquil is so good. Clear Tranquil is so good. White Materia, by the way, is Eric's first, which just came out recently in Japan. Final Fantasy 8, Hasticas. This is actually, there's a bunch, I think it's actually more than any other realm. You've got Mighty Guard 8, you've got Guardian Force Cerberus, which is also Quistis, but much less useful. And then you've got Inaugural Parade, which is India's Basica Hastica. The only Busca is Zel's Burning Ray. You see a theme here, how all the monks have the Buscas. I think that's intentional, and I don't like it because you have to use monks. The only Basica is Inaugural Parade. This is one of the problems with Final Fantasy VIII, is there aren't a lot of either native Buscas or Basicas. You kind of have a hard time boosting your damage in the realm. For AoE, and also the only Basicas are tied to your mages. It does have 3 AoE heals, but they're all selfies, and the Dreamer Illusion for BSB won't be available for the first Final Fantasy VIII edition, so you're only going to have Dragon Fighter Dream Stage available there. Final Fantasy IX, you've got Divine Guardian and Emerald Light for Hastas. Those are, Emerald Light is Echo's original AoE heal Soul Break. Divine Guardian is Garnet Super Soul Break. Those have both been on banners fairly recently. They will both be on banners again. They're pretty popular, so keep an eye out for them. For Buscas, you have Song of Memories. Keep in mind, Garnet does have a Busca default Soul Break. It's not very good. It's not, by far, not the best Busca, but it is a Busca, so keep that in mind. And then Kina has 2, and Amaranth has 1 Buscas. Angel Smack is a Hand of the Emperor clone. Frog Drop is the new one that's just released. It's the 50% boost. It's the second 50% boost, or the third 50% boost in the game. Face Sense, you have Garnet Horizon. Garnet's got a lot of good soul breaks for Sense missions, basically. You also have Dark Flare Star from Puja. And keep in mind that Final Fantasy IX is a mage, I consider it a mage-heavy realm. So, although there's actually one of the reasons why Final Fantasy IX is kind of cool is you've got a lot of options to go either way, physical or magical. For AoE heals, Echo's the only one you've got. You've got 2 to 3, depending on which event you're talking about. You've got Emerald Light and Prayer Rebirth, and then Prayer of Machine 3, which is her burst, or the most recent event. Final Fantasy X, the only Hastica you're going to have for Braska's event is Swift Form, which is Fetus' Shield. It's terrible, but it's really cool in the options you've got. With Pain's events, Pain does get a Hastica, and that makes her even better. For Buscas, you've got Hyper Nullal, which is usually a terrible soul break because it doesn't stack with Shout, but you will learn to love it for the Final Fantasy X event because it's a Busca that you can use. There's also Jex Beam, because Jex is also Basicas. You've got Focus. Focus is very good. You've also got Summoner's Dream, which is Braska's second Super Soul Break, I believe. AoE heals come into face, and if you absolutely have to, Trigger Happy. You really don't want to rely on Trigger Happy for healing, but if you have to, you have to. Final Fantasy 12, Apocalypse Shield and War Dance are your Buscas. You have no Hasticas in Final Fantasy 12. I assume they're going to fix that in the next event, which should be this week. Yeah, Trigger Happy is not a good AoE heal, first of all, but anything is better than nothing, believe me. So remember, Final Fantasy 12 is the only Sid's mission realm without a Hastica. Sucks. You do have 2 Buscas. You've got Penelope's War Dance, and you have Apocalypse Shield. Again, War Dance is one of those that is usually kind of frowned on because it doesn't stack with Shout, but if you have War Dance, it's actually really nice because you don't need to bring Shout. You can bring some other Hastica instead, like Mighty Guard. There's no Basca, technically, but don't forget there's only 1 mage in Final Fantasy 12, and her default Soul Break happens to be a Faith effect. Ash's default Soul Break is Magic Sword, which is I believe it's 30% extra magic, just like BB. So keep that in mind if you want to use Ash. You don't need to worry about a Faith God because she brings her own Faith to the fight. For AoE heals, you've got a bunch. You've got North Wind Flow and Maelstrom's Bolt, which are Ash's Soul Break. And then Penelo has War Dance and Intercession. There's actually a pretty good variety of AoE heals. Again, you're not going to be using Northswain's Glow as a primary AoE heal, but you will probably use it on cooldown. Like every time it's up, you're probably going to want to use it. It may only heal 900 or 600, but that is way better than 0 that you would get from anybody else's damaging Soul Break in the realm. Final Fantasy 13, Boon is the only haste still in a. You're not going to get a chance to pull it. So if you don't already have it, the only other chance to pull it is on like the support Abyss Nightmare. So if you don't already have it, don't count on having it. Because again, there's a theme for Final Fantasy 13 Soul Breaks, and if you don't have a Soul Break for Saz, you don't have good Soul Breaks for Final Fantasy 13. Unfortunately, Final Fantasy 13's stat buff Soul Breaks are Saz only. He's got the only Haska in Boon, he's got the only Boosta in Caltrip Bomb, and he has the only Faceka in Marvelous Time. And the problem is that they're all 3 different Soul Breaks, so you can't have them all up. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. Bison. Locke does have good structure, so add that into Final Fantasy 6. There is a small AoE heal there. I realized that I should count Ash and UC late, and I forgot about Ash's. So again, like Final Fantasy 13, it is really awkward on the support Soul Breaks because they're only Saz, and you can't use all of them, so you have to pick and choose. Like even if you have all of his Soul Breaks, which one are you going to use? Which one makes your team the best? Which one, like which best supports your roaming warrior strategy, etc. For heals, you've got Urba's Boon and Prayer, Vespanil. Not much else to say there. Neither one of those are the best AoE heal in the game, but believe you me, any actual AoE heal is a miracle for such missions. So next we'll talk about. So next we've got this is the banner to look forward to section for this Theorycraft. There isn't much. It's hard to say, pull this banner for 6 missions, because really what you want to do for 6 missions is just have some relics in every realm. Like, look at the previous slide, and those relics are the ones you want to pull for if you're worried about that realm. These relics are the ones you want to pull for. These are the only 4 shared Soul Breaks available in the future for heals. Shared Soul Break heals. You've got the Scholar's Hat in the current Final Fantasy 3 event is one of 4 available. The next time we will see a shared Soul Break heal is Bard's Bracelet on the Cydia Villains banners, if we get those. We probably will. The Cydia was released globally, and it is a full-on Squaresoft product, so they're shipping their licensing concerns, but who knows. Bard's Bracelet has an AoE heal. Carbon Bangle on the Sid Rain banners is an AoE heal. And the SR Armlet on Selfie's DSD banner is the last AoE heal available, or shared Soul Break AoE heal available so far in Japan. These 4 are your only options. So if you do not have a shared Soul Break heal, let me emphasize this to you. You want a shared Soul Break heal if you want to do 6 missions, because you don't have, unless you're saying, in which case why are you even listening to this, you do not have an AoE heal for every realm. So you need a shared one, preferably armored. These are all armored just by coincidence, but like if you have the Christmas Candle Rod, I strongly recommend you grab that when it came around, but a lot of people didn't listen to me. Armor is better, but if you have the Christmas one, that's fine. You can use it. It's less it still works. You need some sort of AoE heal. You're probably not going to be the majority of the missions without an AoE heal, even if it's a shared one. So keep an eye out for the banners that these 4 relics come on, and give strong consideration to pulling on them, unless you're synergy is just absurd for those realms because like these are not booby prices. These are invaluable gems. these are diamonds, and these are reasons to pull on these banners if you want to make this mission. It's hard to emphasize just how much you want to have a shared silver seal available, just so you can actually have an AoE seal in every realm. All right, so that's it for actual content for this. Just about an hour. I don't actually like time these, but they worked out in an hour so far. So does anyone have any questions or comments, any suggestions for future Theorycraft Thursdays? I honestly don't know. We won't have one this Thursday because I haven't had time to prepare for it. But for next week, does anyone have any idea of something they want me to cover? Yeah, just open up the board here. Any questions, comments? Yeah, Sturk, that sounds like you've got a pretty good Candle Rod, the Mystic Veil, or whatever it's called from Time of the Six. Armor heals are way better than weapon heals because that way you can at least put a synergy mind stick on your character if you have one and get bigger heals out of it. The problem with the Candle Rod is its heal will always be needed because you can't have a synergy weapon equipped. How good are weapon heals compared to armor heals? Yeah, it's like they're usable. You're probably going to heal for about 900 on them. With armor heals, you can probably get to 1,000 to 1,100 depending whether you have a synergy weapon. Just because, like, if you have a synergy weapon, you'll get an extra couple hundred points. Extra couple hundred points really helps. Like, it doesn't sound like much, but like every hit point helps for Sid's missions. I could do. Oh, that's a good one. Let me write that down. Frostbiter suggested a. Here, actually, let me switch over to chat. Do a Theorycraft for. I'll just do one for difficult U+ bosses or bosses that I consider to be, on the upper tier of difficulty that are in the future. That's a good idea. I will write that down and work on that. Yeah, I would have used his AoE heal, but you can't use him for basically any Sid mission. So, I kind of don't want to do banner reviews. I know Slitherfoot already does those, and I don't want to tread on his toes. I can, but like he tends to do like every month or so he'll do the next 6 or 8 banners and get his thoughts on those, and I pretty much agree with him. So it just feels like it'd be duplicating effort and treading on his territory, kind of. So. Theorycraft. And besides, I also generally use, like, one of my segments on Theorycraft is banners to look out for that topic. So, any other questions or comments or ideas? All right. Well, we should be getting new banners translated this week. Yeah, not much I can say to that. Hopefully, we'll see hopefully they'll translate the Battle of the I'm hoping to skip that for us. I have not talked about the White Mage Nightmare. Actually, it's on a topic. I can do Nightmare. Thank you. That gives me at least 2 weeks of probably more like 3 or 4 weeks of Theorycraft. All right, so that will do it for Theorycraft today. Next week, I will do either U-Flux boss prep or nightmare prep. I'll have to draw up some outlines and see which I like more to start with. But we'll do one or the other of those next week. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you then.